What's up? So you're probably thinking that this video is clickbait. Like how can you explain how to quit video games that easily, right? Believe me, I followed the same things which I'm going to tell you in this video, and I was able to successfully quit video games in less than 2 or 3 months. Alright? So without me wasting your time, let's begin. So if you picture yourself playing video games with your gaming friends, we can probably see that you're not having much fun, right? Yeah, sure, you're laughing or smiling along the way, but most of the time you look like a zombie playing the video game like this. Bro, TP me. Oh man, I died. This is fun to you? Like seriously, how is this fun to you, bro? If you're watching this video, you must have had that feeling of you know, change is a powerful word, and I need to change. In order for me to become better at this self improvement journey, I need to make a few sacrifices, and video games is a part of them as well. So, let me guess your life. You have, you know, you have anxiety and depression, and you probably don't have that many meaningful friendships and relationships with your family, sisters, siblings. So you want this to change, obviously. Now, let me tell you my story of how video games changed me, how my life was with video games, and before and after video games. So what happened is, in the year 2023, I vowed not to play video games, and I didn't. And obviously, the first few weeks I couldn't keep up with it. I would play few weeks. I would play a lot of games. Yeah, in the first few weeks it was really tough. I've heard this quote that all change is hard at first, messy in the middle, but glorious in the end. And right now, I don't play a single video game, and life is fantastic. It's summer right now, April 10th, 2024, and I know it's still 12 p.m. and I know most out of I think more than 95% of my friends are either watching some bullshit or they're playing a random video game with their gaming friends. I don't find this meaningful at all, right? I'm sure you don't do. You feel the same way as well. So let's rewind. In 2019, late 2019 and early 2020, it is COVID lockdown. What do you expect me to do? Grind. But I didn't know about self improvement much, so I indulged in instant gratification in the most obvious way. Video games, you know, yeah, I'm talking about those stuff as well. But still, that was the dark years of my life. I, picked up video games as a method to go away from reality. So what really happened is I played video game for 5, 10 hours a day. Not even 10 hours, bro. Yeah, 10 to 12 hours a day. I would play while my Zoom online classes would go on, and I would still play, right? So what really happened in 2020 is that I used to play a game called Valorant every single day for the and Minecraft for the rest of the day, and slowly but surely I fell into depression and anxiety, which caused matters worse, as I didn't I lost those meaningful relationships with my mother, my dad, my sister, and all. I would have fights with them. I would have fights with my aunt, and it was a really dark period. And I thought video games is a method to get away from this reality, and indulge in instant gratification. Now the type of games that I used to play is very violent, and obviously I used to consume this type of content. Means I will behave. I won't behave like a normal human being should. But however, once I discovered self improvement, and I started to use these protocols, which I will be explaining to you, I was successfully able to quit video games. All right. Now, without me wasting any second of your time, now let's get into the method. Now this method is simple, right? It's very simple, but simple doesn't mean easy, right? So you will have struggles in your way, and if I can do, why can't you do, bro? Obviously, you can do it as well. If I can't do it, if I can do it, why can't you do it, bro? Obviously, hell, you can do it. I'm sure you can do it way better than me, alright? You know, so this method is also called 3 R's, okay? I'll be explaining what the 3 R's are. But before that, I will try to tell you what will happen after you successfully, quit video games. What happens is, first of all, your depression and anxiety levels come down, which is a huge boost because of that you increase your meaningful relationships with your parents, siblings, aunt, uncle, whatever. You improve your focus because in a video game there's so many stuff happening around you, and you literally fry your dopamine receptors and your focus. And what else it can do is it can make you more lively. You start to notice things around you and be grateful for the things which are around you as well. And last of all, it makes you friends and have a meaningful relationship with your partner, which is, I know, why you guys are obviously here for. And yeah, these are the things which will help you for lower anxiety, depression, build meaningful relationships, build focus. These 3 things. And testosterone, because you lower your cortisol levels, which increase dopamine, and dopamine is the molecule of motivation, which makes you things, makes you to do things like whatever exercise, stuff like that. And because of that, you will increase your testosterone as well. And of course, this is one of the many instant gratification activities out there, which I know you can do it as well, because if I can do it, why the hell can't you do it? I did it, you can do it as well, right? Just stay tuned. Now, what are the 3 R's which I mentioned a few minutes ago? So the 3 R's are in order. You need to do it specifically in order for this method to be successful for you. Alright, it isn't a one-day thing. Alright, you can't quit video games in over a night or over a week. It's a long process. It'll take you at least 1 month, for sure, 1 month. But just remember this code. Write it down on your wall. Like, suppose I have many things on my wall. Alright, these are many things on my wall. Suppose I have this favorite quote right over here. Have my goals, have my habit tracker, have my books right there. Alright. So what you can do is write down this quote on your freaking wall instead of sticking Valorant posters, Minecraft posters, League of Legends, video game posters on your wall. All of them will be meaningless in the future. And if you really put into consideration or calculate the amount of hours that you have wasted on video games, you will be shocked. Suppose you play like 5 hours, like any video game for 5 hours a day, and you multiply 365 days, you'll be shocked. It's 1,825 hours. You know what you can do with this? That's the next step. So what is the method, bro? What is the method that I use to finally quit video games? And that is called the 3 R's. Reduce, alright, remove, and relive. Alright, these 3 have to be followed in one order. Reduce, remove, and relive. Alright. What is reduce? Reduce is, as the name suggests, to reduce video games proportionally every day. Right? To reduce it. Reduce the time that you play video games every single day proportionally. So what does this mean for you guys is that suppose you play 5 hours a day, you aim for the next day to play 4.5 hours, and precedingly try to decrease the time play every single day. Try, alright? You will fail, but try to decrease for you to get close to half an hour or even 15 minutes, or yeah, 15 minutes or half an hour. Try to get to that point, right? This is not easy, right? It is not easy, but it is simple. It is simple, right? But it is not easy. Easy is not equal to simple. The definition of easy is nowhere the same as simple, right? This is not easy, but it is simple. But once you do this, you will get the fruit of your, hard work, which is those 4 things which I told you earlier. Alright? So once you get to the point, you will have this weird feeling inside you rising up that, video games were a waste of time. Why was I wasting so much of my time in this stupid game, bro? I could have learned so many things. I could have learned public speaking. I could have learned how to make a successful business, stuff like that. But I wasted more than 2,000 hours in this single video game in a single year, bro. You will get to that point where you feel that you have wasted a lot of time, by playing video games, and you feel, a self-hatred towards yourself. And that is the point where you remove video games, right? You delete those games from your computer and stuff like that. So, for the games that you play, probably takes a long time to download, and I know you motherfuckers don't have that much patience for you to re-download it. So once you delete the game, alright, once you delete the game, you no longer have that queue. And if in case in future you find you find your friend playing a video game, you won't have the same urge that you used to have a few months ago, because you have already had the practice of reducing your video game time such that your neural pathway changed. Alright, so you won't have the same feeling of, no, I have to play, my friends are waiting, I don't care if I have to re-download it, I have to play. No, that will not happen, because it didn't happen for me, and it will not happen for you as well. Alright, so once you remove video game, you have successfully quit video games. No. So what to do? There's one single, problem, and that is you will have a lot of free time left, right? And if you don't utilize that free time, you will have a craving to go back to video games. And this is where most of the people, 99% of people mess up in this 1%, in this one mistake. My bad. But you guys are the 1%. No, you follow my advice. Just keep listening, bro. So what you need to do is, in this 5 to 6 hours left where you don't play video games anymore, you need to utilize this for stuff called as delayed gratification. So there are 2 types of instant and delayed gratification. Video games are part of instant gratification. For us to grow, we need to shift from this mindset of consuming instant gratification to learning, which is delayed gratification. What delayed gratification is, I know most of you already know. For those of the people who don't know yet, delayed gratification is when you do the hard stuff right now for a more pleasant and fruitful future ahead of you, right? This delayed gratification includes stuff like exercising, meditating, journaling, all these hard stuff which is very, very hard to do right now, like running like 5 kilometers every day, or going to the gym 2 hours a day every single day to rest of the year. It's very hard right now, but in the long run, you will be thankful for your older self. You'll be thankful for your older self because he put in the hard work for you to look like this right now. Like your older self put in 2 hours a day into the gym every single day. He ate clean. He didn't eat all those stupid burgers, pizzas, and all. And now, fantastic, you have a six-pack, you have an aesthetic body, bro. You need to be proud of that, right? This is the power of delayed gratification. Instant gratification, on the other hand, is the stuff that you forsake your future You forsake your future for the pleasant today. This includes like all the high dopamine craze stuff like video games, like good junk food, and uh, it can include one thing I learned also, that it can include complaining as well, because complaining, it is the easiest stuff to do, right? We can complain in the single moment, we can criticize in the single moment, but it will be harmful for us in the future. Another example is flattery. It may not be physical, but it is still an instant gratification, right? Because you escape you know uh, this consequence by using, by complaining, by not taking responsibility and accountability. One more powerful thing, right? So what you need to do is, in this 5 to 6 hours, you need to learn, you need to probably improve your skills, right? Those two things. You can go to good YouTube videos and stuff like that. Good YouTube videos channels are like Mr. Andrew Huberman, Hamza Ahmed, Iman Gaji. But please do not watch those 10 to 15 minutes videos, because they're not, it's more of a dopamine rush itself. But you can use but you can watch those very long videos, like 1 to 2 hour videos, which will be actually beneficial for you as well. So once you do this, you're not only learning, but you're also quitting. You have quit video games in the same way, in the same time as well. It's like killing two birds with a single stone, bro, right? After this, your life will be obviously better. You can almost feel that you have no anxiety, you have no depression in you. And finally, the last hour is to relive. Be grateful for the moment, right? Be grateful for the moment, for your family and the stuff you have around you. Do not complain. And this is the part where you truly find your inner self. You grow with the knowledge you have accumulated. You produce stuff. You give birth to new assets, and you start to value time. You start to value the friendships around you. You start to value your family. You start to value yourself, bro. And yeah, this is the time where you will be very, very proud of your older self for putting in the hard work, especially when you didn't feel like it, right? Please follow this in order. I'll summarize it again. Reduce, remove, and relive. Reduce video games from 5 to 6 hours to half an hour, 15 minutes. Remove video games from your computer. Um, Remove video games from your computer and replace it with delayed gratification. And relive your life. Practice journaling, gratitude journaling, meditation. Be mindful of yourself and the people around you, right? Thank you for watching, and please come back later and tell me if this method worked for you, because it worked for me. And if it worked for me, why the hell can't it work for you, bro? You will find it hard, but hard, it is part of something great called delayed gratification. Hard today, but easy tomorrow, right? Do the hard work, especially if you don't feel like it. One of my favorite quotes as well. And every single day, I want you to recite this quote, which I have written it over my wall. I'll just read it to you. Today is a glorious day. Write it down on a fucking piece of paper and stick it on the wall, okay? Today is a glorious day, and I live it at excellence with boundless enthusiasm and limitless integrity. True to my visions with a heart full of love. Write this on your wall, recite it to yourself every single day before you start your day. So, thank you for watching.